Hi, Joyce Stech here, and hopefully you're with me this morning, and we're having a great time, right? So, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here for another Q&I for you and I. Okay, our space to go beyond the surface. And this is where we talk. Hopefully, as I said, I'm asking you guys to give me a little bit of leeway here because this is my second time on live on Facebook. Not really used to all the gymnastics of how to get you okay there, but eventually I'll find the comment section, and I really would like to make this as interactive as possible. So again, thank you. I welcome you. And if you're watching this, you didn't make the live, but you're watching this as a recording, please feel free to put your comments down there because I will read them and I will answer them. Okay, this is a place where we talk. I mean, hey, let's talk. We tune in, we explore what's happening in the world and in our own energy fields. And guys, there's a lot moving right now. So individually, uh, I mean, I work with a lot of clients. So individually, I see the movement going on. Collectively, I see what's going on. Globally, wow, there's a lot moving, right? So take a deep breath with me. Let's just chill. Let's just have some time. This is our time together. And let's step into this together if you're cool with that. I'm going to try to find where my comment section is. I don't see any comments. I don't see anybody here coming on. Oh, I found my comment section. So, guys, come with me when you will. Okay. So, if you caught this week, okay, this week, every Monday, I release a new podcast episode. And Q&A is about talking about did anything come up for you? Because this is a way for me to get you into conversation, if that makes sense. Okay. So, and by the way, welcome to my office. So, I really like this idea. So, if you came to me in my place, here is one of my offices, and you would be sitting in that chair there. So, welcome to my space, to my office, and to the energy. So, I'm going to keep this as my backdrop here because this is real, and that chair has held some really amazing people in it. So, um, let's get back to topic here. So, if you caught this week's podcast, the Let's Talk podcast, I had guest was Jenny Wright. Now, I had Jenny Wright on last week and this week. We're doing a cancer series because October was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But we're going to extend that because disease is disease all the time, right? And maybe it's not this ease. We're just not at ease with ourselves, right? And this episode was called The Click That Starts It All. You know, what really triggers any kind of disease? What triggers disease? Period. Like, um, and we dove really deep. As I said, it's a very long episode. Most people go like, the mindset of people now is like under 2 minutes. But my clients and the people I'm with want to go deep. And we got very deep in the subject because we talk, she mentions 3 books that are there. She mentions a number of studies that were done. And we go pretty deep. And that took an hour to go in there. In fact, I had thought about like taking the whole podcast and just like divvying up the part one and part two. But when I was there, I said, if you're really interested, there's really no part here that doesn't intersect with the other. So, and leave it for your own discretion. But what we talked about is about how disease, it just doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's like, whoa, all of a sudden, it really clicks on. We all have a predisposition to something. I guess the easiest thing, if you have autoimmune, right? Why are you so okay some days and all of a sudden, like, boom, you're all stressed out and inflamed. Or if you had EBV virus, that EBV virus is a very tricky little thing, right? It's in your system and you're perfectly fine. You're doing stuff, but something clicks, and all of a sudden that EBV decides to, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm going to make your life miserable. So, what is the click? What is the click? Because it just doesn't happen just because. So that's what we talk about there. So the click is often a buildup of stress. And I know there's tons of talk about stress, like where it comes from. There's books on it. But remember, the things that you read, the things that are out there for general public are very general. It's like starting it in kindergarten. We can't get into the philosophy of Aristotle or something if you don't know how to read yet. So remember, there's so much more involved. But people talk about stress. We're aware that stress actually causes disease, but nobody really goes into deep what causes stress. We're going to talk about that a little bit today because I want you to ask yourself some questions if you feel up for it. Because everybody is different of what causes stress for you. We're not all in this little box that all of us, this is going to happen, this is going to cause stress for you. Some people can go through things that would be extremely stressful to somebody, and another person's like, what's your problem? Right? I think about, if you've ever in an amusement park, right? I mean, there's a person on the ride that's going like, this is great. I almost lost my head. It was kind of cool. And the person next to them is like, you're gonna die, right? So, um, obviously, what causes internal stress for us to hold on to it is different, right? What about emotional pressure? The same thing, because stress comes from emotional pressure. People don't realize that emotional pressure causes so much stress and causes so much stuff inside the body, right? That's why we'll see like caretakers, that people that are caretaking someone with a terminal disease, what happens to them? They usually wind up getting pretty sick themselves. And you go, oh, because they haven't taken care of themselves, they're watching. No, because they've had emotional pressure that causes stress, right? Unprocessed grief. People aren't realizing, like, there's steps to the grieving process, and they don't go in order, by the way, and they go back and forth. But to realize if you're grieving something, to even say to yourself, you know what? I'm freaking grieving. And I think I did a whole episode on that somewhere, because the grieving process is important. And to allow ourselves that point, but actually to say to ourselves, what is going on with me? And then you realize I'm in grief. I'm grieving something. And then allow the grief to come in, because unprocessed, we something that we've shoved in ourselves, that stuff's going to come out somewhere. It really does. So even generational programs that finally hit their threshold. I mean, your mother's mother did that and everything else, and you get to a point like, I can't handle this energetic load. This is ridiculous. Okay, so those sort of things were there. Um, oh, Yiddy saw I got a comment and I saw it, so thank you, Yiddy. It's the best thing ever to be in your office in this chair. So, well, thank you for that. Okay, so let's go back to, and that relieves stress sitting in that chair, right? So, or sometimes for my clients, it puts them in stress. So that's a whole nother threshold there, right? Well, Jenny said something which was, I thought was pretty powerful. She said a lot of things that were pretty powerful. But one of the things she said is the body doesn't betray us, it actually broadcasts us. So how many people, when you get illness, and all of us do go to this place first, right? You sit there, you're like, why did I get sick? Why am I feeling this way? Like, what? Why me? Right? My body. This is like in body image, by the way. Why is my body betraying me? Is your body really betraying you, or is your body trying to tell you something? Is the body trying to say that you need to look at something inside of yourself that maybe you haven't looked at yet? And you know what? That stuck with me. That body doesn't betray us, it broadcasts to us and us. So, because if the body broadcasts what the soul has been whispering the whole time, then every symptom, every burnout, every wave of fatigue might be communication. And I want you to sit with that and think about that. Body does communicate to us. Now, let's zoom out a little bit, right? And let's look at what's happening globally, right? Can you kind of feel it? The world itself is going through that same click. Systems are under stress. Truths are starting to they're surfacing everywhere for people individually, but people globally are look like, whoa, never knew that was even happening, right? Things that were long hidden are coming to the light. That's what I'm seeing. And it's just like what happens in the body before a major breakthrough. A lot of times when you're getting this, go, what's going on? I'm going, for some of my people, because they're so electric, and I'm like, you guys listening, right? How many times have you been even on a session with me where we've blown out the computers, right? Or we've blown out the electrical. I remember one time, if you're watching, you'll know who you are. Remember, we blew out a whole, we blew out a block. Basically, energy was so high, right? The Earth's field itself is mirroring our own healing process. And I think the reverse of that, I think our own healing process is mirroring what's going on in the Earth field. And what do I mean by that? Because the Earth, this is the global nervous system under recalibration. The Earth's field itself is recalibrating. Its nervous system is under recalibration. It's messy. It's very, very, very messy. And it's meaningful. I've used this example. I think Yiddy's on. Yiddy's probably sick of hearing this, but right, it's like when you redo your house, and she did redo, right? Right? You go like, I know what it's going to look like, but you have to take apart everything that's there so I could paint the walls, or you got to remove all the furniture. And sometimes when we move the furniture, we find things underneath there that was like, oh my God, how long has that sandwich been there, right? But seriously, right? It gets real messy because if you have to sand down things, I mean, it's a mess, but it's meaningful. We have to go through that mess to get to what we really want to, which is the new way of being. So when you start to feel overwhelmed, when you start to feel anxious, when you start to react to things, you're very reactive, like, remember, you are really feeling a part of a much, much bigger body because you're feeling what's going on in the world. The world is feeling what's going on with you, and we're all going through that. So that is why it is a major. In Israel, they say Baligan. In New York, you'll go a major cluster. Okay? So let's bring it real close for a minute. All right? Where's the pressure showing up in your life right now? Where's the pressure showing up in your life right now? If you want to comment, you can. Most people on this is not. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But where is that pressure? Is it in your relationship? Is it over money? Is it over, I have my wheel of life, right? In the wheel of life, what part is it about? Romance? Is it about your personal development? Is it about your spirituality? Is it about your environment? Is it about your family? Is it about your social or lack of it? What about fun and recreation? You don't have fun anymore. Where is the stress coming from? Where is that place that it's showing up for you? You might want to write that down. I mean, that's it. Oh yeah, this is where it is. But when you sit with it, sometimes trace it because you go, oh, it's right here. But why is it right there? Keep going through the threads of, yeah, well, you got there, but how did you get there? What was the piece that got you there? And what was the piece that got you there? And what was the piece that got you there? Because my next question is, what's trying? What's really trying to click into awareness for you right now? Wow, I felt that energetically that you guys are getting this. That's awesome. Really wondering what's trying to click for you into awareness. And if you can, if something's coming up and you want to drop them in comments, fine. And again, if you're watching this in video, please put your comments in there because it's really important because what's going through for you, remember, we're all connected. Might be going through for somebody else, but they maybe not be able to voice it, or they might feel it, but they don't know how to put it into a word. And maybe your words will help them to go like, oh yeah, wow, me too. Yeah, that's what that is. Because all this stuff we work with, guys, is quantum physics. And to make it real simple, I mean, like really simple, one of the things of quantum physics is once we bring something into awareness, we can actually do something with it. So the first part of everything is to bring it into awareness, isn't it? So once we get that click, like what's trying to click into awareness for you when you get the aha, that's what it is. Without judgment, without anything else. See, that's the kicker. No judgment, no nothing. It just is what it is. Like, oh my God, it's this. And when you start digging into the this part, yeah, it could get really messy. It could bring tears to your eyes. It can make you want to shout and scream. I say go for it. Because the more that that's all repressed, the more you do that, the more you get to what really is going on. You know, it could be really something small. It could be just tension in your body. Go, I don't know, but lately I got this little thing right there, and it just started happening. Hmm. It could be overwhelm at work. It could be family stress, or it could be something much bigger. Guys, whatever it is, don't label it as wrong. I say don't label it at all. If you've ever read my book, right? Um, you know, what is your missing piece? One of the things I get into is labels. I really am big on the label thing. Okay, don't label it. Once you label something, it puts it in a box and it stops it from evolving. That's why people go, you can't remember this and that. If to me it comes like a label, I don't want to remember the label because it stops me from going beyond what somebody thought that label should be. And if you start to label something as wrong, that's it. That's going to be wrong for eternity. You don't even have an option to say, like, well, maybe in this situation, it isn't wrong. Because I'm here to tell you what, there is no black and white here, guys. There's a lot of gray. And what might be totally correct and appropriate in one situation might be totally an effed up way to do it in another. And until you can look at it as just what it is, capital I, capital S, that's it. And don't put all the other imprints on it, then we could get somewhere. So please don't label it as wrong. Just notice it. Notice you. Notice what's going on. So if it's us, my relationship, so my relationship is all wrong, or I'm wrong, or who's to blame, or it's their fault. Well, can we not put that on there? Can we just say, wow, it's in my relationship? What is that trying to tell me? Like what part? Ooh, and then you start feeling it. Wow, I'm feeling alone. I wonder why I feel alone. And then you'll find out, like, why do you feel it? What is it triggering in you? It's a whole different way place to be. Because when we have awareness, it's what dissolves. I mean, it really dissolves contraction. So when you're like this, and you don't want to see anything else, and your whole body's doing this, when we're aware of why we're doing that, we go, oh, my shoulders are. Do you ever do that where somebody goes relax? I've worked on people, right? So I'll work, and they go like, I need you to relax. Like I am relaxed, and they're really telling their truth. I am relaxed. Do you realize your shoulders are up? What shoulders? Oh my gosh, yeah, that's awareness, and awareness dissolves contraction. So we can't heal what we won't witness. Notice I said won't, right? Um, Ella's here too. Hi, Ella. Ella says, yeah, to help people open their heart with highest wisdom. Yeah, okay. To make a change, he says, to make a change in life to an easier way of living. Yeah, and the challenges are in health. So I just want you to breathe that in right now, okay? And remember, you can't heal what you won't witness. And I say won't. There's an exercise that I've done it myself. And a lot of times I've done it to my clients. It's like, every time you say can't, I want you to replace it with won't. I think I did it to one of my kids one time. Okay. Uh, I won't. It's something like, no, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. If you say can't, I can't meet you for lunch, is really I won't meet you for lunch, right? And people, we can't heal. I love when people say, you can't, I can't heal. You can't heal that. When I hear people, you can't heal it, they're really saying, you won't heal it. So anytime you say can't, I want you to replace it with won't. We can't heal what we won't witness. But when people say, I can't heal that, I can't change, I hear that a lot. I can't change. That'll never change. Oh, can't. Let's put it with won't because it puts it in a whole different place. Makes sense? So, oh, here's what I want to leave. I'm going to leave you with today, but I'm actually going to do, um, if you're up for it, I'm going to do an activation of something. You see that book over there? That book has been opened, and it's been opened in my room for, I want to say 2 weeks, so it probably is really 3 or 3.5. And I can't close it. I'm not allowed to close that book. I can move it around this room, but I cannot close it. So there are very, very special royal gems that have been running through that and the energy, because the energy is so important now globally for the work we do, for the work I do, and for the work you do. So I'm going to be doing an activation after when I'm done here with you guys. If you want it, it's at the end. If you don't want to stay, that's fine. Um, but it's an activation for energy to come into your life that you possibly could use if you want to. Remember, it doesn't go there unless you want it, but it will be there. So just want you to breathe right now. So here's what I want to leave you with, though, today the idea. Every click, whether in the body or in the world, is intelligence surfacing. And I want to repeat that because this hits home for me, and that's why I'm sharing it. All right? Every click, everything in your body goes, what is that? What is that? Every click and every crazy thing that's going out in the world is intelligence surfacing. It's the divine saying, you're ready to see this now. You're ready to see this now. And so instead, when that pain comes in, or like, what is going on with my knee? Are you serious? And going all this other way, right? You go like, oh, let me think of this as the divine saying, you're ready to see this now. What am I ready to see that I haven't sat down with and really looked at? Hey, maybe, for knees, it's the fear of going forward, and that's just one piece, but I'm giving you an example. Maybe if it's your knee, maybe there is a fear of you going forward. Like, no, I really want to go forward. No, there's a fear. There's something in there before you go. Otherwise, you're going to tear some stuff. You might want to sit and really look at what that fear is because it's something about your safety. So you want to sit and think, is this safe for you? Or is this an old pattern that's ready to go? Because it really is. Intelligence surfacing, the divine saying, you're ready to see this now. It's okay. It's safe for you to look at it. A lot of the stuff we haven't looked at yet is because a part of us knew it's not safe for me to go there. I cannot handle that if I find that out. So don't rush to fix it. Don't go, like, I gotta fix this. Don't rush to fix it. Just breathe. Just listen. Let whatever that old law is dissolve so that the new one can emerge. So let's breathe that in together. Let's inhale truth revealed and exhale stress released. Inhale truth revealed. Exhale stress released. Inhale truth revealed. Exhale stress released. Nice. I thank you for showing up today because we're not observers of this world change. We are just participants in the healing. So, if you're ready, before we go and I end this, let's anchor in the week ahead with a very short activation for Royal Gem Vanondanite. That's a mouthful. Vanondanite. Vanondanite. Okay. Vanondanite is the fusion of fire and earth. It's grounded electricity. It transforms this scattered energy into clear, steady movement. It's kind of the gem of doing something about it. It's not just, I think, what am I going to do? Let's do something about it without anxiety and without guilt. So, take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Just keep breathing and feel your feet connecting to the ground. Don't cross those ankles. Don't cross those hands. Let this energy come in. And as you breathe, I'd like you to visualize a red gold. A red gold. And this glow is at the base of your spine. It's warm, it's alive, and it's steady. That's Vanandanite. With each breath, feel that glow rising through your body. Feel it at the root. Feel it go into the sacral chakra. Feel it come up into your solar plexus. And each one is whispering, I am safe to move forward. I am safe to move forward. I am safe to move forward. And quietly to yourself, say, I release hesitation. I release hesitation. I release hesitation. And breathe. I honor the rhythm of right action. I honor the rhythm of right action. I honor the rhythm of right action. I move when spirit moves through me. I move when spirit moves through me. I move when spirit moves through me. And let that warmth settle into your belly, into your stomach area, into your pelvic area. It's calm. It's confident. And it is ready. You don't have to force your momentum. You don't have to force to make it happen. You become the momentum. Breathe. Vedanta its gift is this: to act without anxiety and to rest without guilt. Breathe one last time in. Well, continue breathing hopefully after this, but one breath in for this. Let this energy walk with you through the week. Every choice you make will be aligned. Every step deliberate. And every breath, a pulse of divine timing. Again, I thank you for spending time with me today. And hopefully I'll see you next Friday for another Q&I for you and I. And if you haven't yet listened to Jenny Wright's episode, hey, do it after this, all right? It's one of those conversations that possibly could change how you look at everything. And next Monday at 9 o'clock, my release, my next title is You Get Me Alone This Time. It's called The Wrong Law, How You've Been Trained to Betray Yourself. Whoa, pretty heavy stuff. So I look forward to that. Okay. And before I go, hey, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone who comments. Dustin, you came in here. You must have been finished with your class. Dustin says change is difficult. Dustin, you know that more than anybody I know, right? But you can only control what you can control. Thank you. It's a roller coaster, so slow down and learn how to breathe and learn how to dance. That's a great way to end this. Thank you, Dustin, for um, that comment and bringing that in to us. You all have something wonderful to share with all of us. Don't hold back. Use your voice and comment like if it's you and it's what you believe. Voice it. Voice it. Not so other people have to. I said it, so you better follow me. No, you said it so that someone can understand you and listen to what other people are voicing so you can understand them. Because you know what? If we took the time to not only, as Dustin said, hey, breathe and dance with yourself sometimes, but took the time to understand others and where they're coming from, would this not be an easier journey for all of us? On that note, I thank you. Have a great week. Hang in there. And please, comment. Find me. I'm easy to find. I really am all over the place. So please just comment. Let me know you're out there. And I just want you to know that I do care. I do care. More than you can ever imagine. So with love in my heart, feel the love, babies. Feel the love. And say to yourself every morning, what? It's great to be me. So everybody, if you're there, like, it's great to be me. It's great to be me. It's freaking great to be me. And it's great to be you. Have a great day. Love you and look forward to seeing you again soon.